G'day there, podcaster.
Remember that time that Liam angered a certain industry?
Yes,
I don't remember that.
might have been Big Pharma.
I think I'm about to do the same.
Whoa.
This is something that I was a bit like, I don't know if I should
Well,
go on air.
You know, now it's coming back to me. I may or may not have done that, and I think it cost over a bit of money. So just be careful. You know what I mean? Should we just hit you with a caution now, Belle?
Okay, cautioned. All right, so
Oh no, I mean like caution as in should you be doing this?
it'll be fine.
Depends on the industry for
I
me.
have a bone to pick with a certain industry.
Yep.
And I would be surprised if you guys don't feel the same. And it's something that's been angering me for years. Years. And every weekend, almost every weekend, I experience it. When you go to a cafe for breakfast or brunch and you get a nice crispy piece of toast, sourdough or whatever, it's got the nice crust.
They don't give you enough butter?
No.
Okay. That annoys me.
You get a friggin' butter knife to cut this like chunky, crispy bread.
It's hard.
And I don't know who had the conversation in the cafe and hospitality world that no one gets steak knives before dinner time.
Sorry, what bread are you cutting?
So if I get like a smashed avo, I always get smashed avo.
Right.
And it comes on like a beautiful thick piece of like sourdough.
Yeah.
And it's like toasted on the outside with like crispy, hard, like almost like cardboard crust.
I get you.
Yeah.
And then you get served a fork and a friggin' butter knife. And it's like, well, how am I supposed to do this? And then you're trying to cut it and then you're like, the whole table's rocking, and you got
coffee
there, and then like I'm scared I'm gonna like just break the whole thing in half.
It's not. Yeah, no,
Why at dinner time?
What
I
industry
thought,
were you What industry?
Hospo workers, but like
the big cafe.
the big cat.
Big hospos pulled all their spend.
But like if you go to a restaurant for dinner, you get sharp knives.
Yep.
So it can't be a safety thing where they're like, oh, we can't have them around kids.
I'm sure you could request one.
Why do I have to request
Because
it?
they probably just don't want steak
you
knives
serve
on a breakfast table.
But why?
Because
it makes life so much easier. And I've done that the last 2 times. I've said, can I please have a steak knife?
Yep.
And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. I'm like, well,
But I would
don't
say
give me a friggin' butter knife.
majority of people don't want steak knives. So
why wouldn't you?
It's a very violent.
I've never in my life gone to a cafe, which I go to quite often, have never needed a steak knife. Now, I'm not saying that they shouldn't supply them. Sure, if you need one, ask for one. But I don't think they should just have them on the table as standard.
Life is too short to be like mushing down food with a butter knife. I'm sick of it.
I wouldn't mind the steak knife to come in. I get you. Like it's a bit annoying sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's. But you're not getting a steak knife unless you have steak at a restaurant.
Well, no, because it's there already. I feel like it's always
Not
like,
always.
No, not really.
Unless you're at a steak restaurant.
Normally, you get a steak knife.
You must be eating a lot at Hog's Breath Cafe because they always have a steak.
That's
there.
what she's doing.
No, I'm not.
You like the little curly pigtail fries, don't you?
That's
With the bacon bits.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Now you know what I do.
Jeez, it's been a while since I've dialed up the hog.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't mind going to the
I
hog.
drove past the
Oink,
other
oink.
day. Near where I live is Meat and Wine Co.
Yep.
That's fancy.
Meat and Wine Co. is
That's the eastern
do miss
suburbs of
Hog's Breath.
Hog's
Oh, there's
Breath.
one in Toorak. there's one in like Chapel Street. Like
There's
South
there's a Hog's Breath in Chadstone. You know where the Harvey Norman and the JB Hi-Fi is.
Isn't that
and,
awesome?
I say there was a Hog's Breath, but
How did you know that?
all the sign it's been shut down now for a while.
I think it's just Traugen now.
because all of the signage has been taken down, but you can see where the signage used to be.
Yeah.
It's kind of like faded, and
It's
says
iconic.
It says
that Hog's Breath was iconic.
And
I
see
drove
it.
past that all the
Yeah,
time.
and I see it, and I'm like, well, that's a prime location. I feel it because it's opposite the Pancake Parlour.
Yep.
And I think, wow, imagine if we got Hog's Breath back for like a pop-up restaurant there in the same
That
spot.
one was I think I remember I went there as a kid for
Yeah.
someone's party, I think. And it was that one. And
Yep.
then because it's near the have you ever seen the Matthew Flinders pub near there?
Oh yeah, that's
it's
next
got
to
a big-
that's
it's got a big boat.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's great.
Funny,
Matthew Flinders
I can
Hotel is
That's when Belle had her first taste of steak
Oh, yeah.
at that Hog's Breath.
I can remember taking, literally, like, it's funny now thinking back, but I can remember taking, like, girls on dates to Hog's Breath Cafe and being like, it's pretty expensive.
That's
like, I'm
gross.
so lame.
That is gross.
When you're like 18, that's, it's a good grub.
Yeah, I remember.
Mate, I'm from the suburbs of Adelaide.
Yeah.
When you're 18, the Hog's Breath that's good.
To be fair, I remember.
Do you know what I mean? We're not going to Meat and Wine.
We're jumping here from Melbourne back to Adelaide, but I remember I took Sam to TGI Fridays in Marion.
Yeah, see, that's
and
like,
I thought that was pretty fancy.
Yeah, for
I
sure,
was like,
because you don't know. like-
$23 for a steak. Jesus.
yeah.
We that pancake parlor is where I used to go. For,
Yeah.
like, guys would be like, let's go to pancake parlor because it's 24/7.
Yeah.
So you could go there and like you could go at midnight and get pancakes.
By the time I'd sort of got with Sarah, I'd class my game up a little bit. Parisi's in Unley and Hyde Park.
That's actually just fancy, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah,
It's
we
like
get,
just
we
a
go back
restaurant?
there. Yeah, it's an Italian
I
restaurant.
remember once as well, so funny. So
That's right.
that was like Liam's favorite restaurant.
It still kind of
and
is.
it's an amazing restaurant, and it was like really close to my house as well, which was convenient. But Liam on air once was doing a break, and he was talking about how much he loves that restaurant, and then they must have got confused because they emailed me and said, "Thank you so much. Like we heard what you said on air. That's so
Oh my
lovely.
God.
If you ever want a free dinner," and then I'm not making this up. I remember saying to Liam before or after, but I'm pretty sure it was before. I was like, "Oh, we got to tee this thing up." Anyway, somewhere on the line, it ended up just being me and Sam having a free
Actually, I do
Parisi's
remember
dinner.
that now. I do remember that.
A dinner 4-4, but taken by 2. That's right. And then it didn't, because I was like, geez, I've really missed it. Like I've been singing their praises for years, even
Yeah.
on this podcast now. And then I remember going in there the next time being like, here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
I'm going to get a free dinner this time. They don't
No
know who I
clue.
am. They don't.
No.
My cousin actually works there now.
And that was really so friendly as well. They were like, "Oh my god!" When I got there, they were like, "Thank you so much."
That's so funny.
There was a lot of
freeloader.
hospitality. Yeah, I was eating off of Liam's kind words.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping the good folks at Hog's Breath Cafe have enjoyed this podcast and they might send us to Deacon Avenue in Mildura.
Hang on,
Is
so
that
have
the
you got the
nearest one?
locations up?
Traralgon and Mildura are the
Is that
only
it?
ones left in Vic.
That's it.
How far away is Traralgon?
Traralgon.
Traralgon's
Who pretty far.
You only got, you only got one
Sounds
in
like
Adelaide.
the herb. Tarragon.
Don't know that, Ben. I don't.
There's only Glenelg
You don't know
left.
Tarragon?
No.
You guys need to be better cooks. Jesus. You need to stop eating
Hang
a
on.
hog's breath.
Oh, I thought you were talking about weed when you said the herb.
No, Tarragon.
Oh,
Or
I thought-
Tarragon.
That's a
obviously.
classic. You know that one.
I thought you were
You know
talking about
that
a type
meal
of
from
weed.
Hog's Breath, the one with the prawns and the sauce?
That's
Dude, that's
Gross.
sick,
Is that
dude.
Creamy
prawns
prawns
on a
on a
steak?
That is
steak, yeah.
actually
Surf and turf.
sick. Surf and turf.
Well, yeah, I'm glad that Ben. I'm really glad that you have you've seen the ghosts of Hog's Breath past on Warrigal Road.
I go past that basically every day.
I do.
Yeah, all the
That
time.
and Matthew Flinders.
I liked how it
Because
was.
it's next to the Bunnings that I always go to. It's
I
the
really want to
Chadstone
talk
Bunnings.
to you about Warrigal Road now because, like, do you go through that part that's 40k?
Yeah, and it's
And
downhill,
that
right?
camera-
When you're
Yes.
going east, like you're heading east, it's downhill, and they go from 60 to 40 just so they can get you on the way
Do you
down.
know-
It's where the Macca's is.
Yeah. Do you know that camera is the highest raking in camera in the state?
That does not surprise me.
because it's the bottom of a hill on all
Yeah,
ends,
it's
and everyone
insane.
rolls down and goes shit.
It's
and then
insane.
brakes.
It's insane.
Okay.
And Warrigal Road is trash. Like it's absolute trash. Not from like the buildings around it. It's just the actual road is too small for the amount of traffic it has to handle. And when you get
It's pretty big.
when you get further out from the city, it's okay. But if you catch Warrigal Road in peak hour, it's
yeah.
insane.
Yeah. No.
A little pop quiz to finish. Can anyone tell me when Hog's Breath Cafe started?
Oh, like 2003.
The first one in Australia, or the first Hog's Breath.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna go earlier than that. I'm gonna go. I reckon 87.
Whoa.
Ooh. Well,
Undershot it?
Ben's closer. Is 1989. The folks
Pretty close.
at the Hog's Breath have been giving us those curly fries,
Where did it
juicy
start?
steaks. Oh, Jesus, I know you're testing me. Here, let me just get the
I thought
Hog's
you'd have it in
Breath
front of
file
you
up.
if you have the year.
Since I birthed in 1989, doesn't really say.
Okay.
So-
Well,
So
that's-
Hog's Breath is older than we are.
Whoa! I've scrolled down on the website. There's a section that says "Own a Hog's Breath Cafe."
Whoa!
View opportunities.
We should buy a franchise.
We own
A group of independently owned restaurants. Dude, we should buy a Hog's Breath. Reckon if we all chipped in, we could buy a Hog's
Hello,
Breath.
Andy K. Andy K. Could we please, and Sonda, can we please, on the Hog's Breath Cafe website, it says that you can buy a Hog's Breath.
You
Literally.
buy
Could
a
we please
franchise.
buy
I don't know if the franchise is in a good state because it literally has a thing here. It's like put your name and last name in and your phone number, and you can buy Hog's Breath. It's like
We should call them and see how much it costs.
it's rare that you go to Domino's website. It's not normally like, yeah, order a Hawaiian. Do you want to buy one of the stores? Like these guys are literally trying to lug the
Because
stores
they're
up.
dying.
Well, I don't think they are. I mean, they
We
do,
buy a
they do
Hog's Breath.
great meats and chippies.
Dude, if we bought a hog's breath and we put it somewhere like not super regional, but somewhere, somewhere in a lower socioeconomic area, I reckon they would flock to a hog's breath.
Mate, I lived on hog's breath. What about do you guys remember Outback Jacks?
Yep.
No.
What happened to Outback?
Yeah, that's where you can get like they're big overseas. You can get like that's the kind of place you get bloomin' onions from.
Yeah.
What the hell is a bloomin' onion?
Well, exactly. That's like a thing they say Australians eat, even though we don't eat them. But a bloomin' onion's it's like deep fried onions.
There's
Like
there's one Outback Jacks left
Where is
in Northbridge in Western Australia. Wow. They were huge at one point.
Hang
I
on.
remember in North
Sorry,
Adelaide
back-
there was one with a big crocodile in there.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I
Back
think
to the
there is
onion.
there's still a lot of them overseas.
Is it a whole onion? Or is it like
Oh,
onion
I've
rings?
never had one, but I know a bloomin' onion it's like a deep fried onion, essentially like an onion ring. I don't think it's a whole onion.
Right.
I think it's a deep fried
Yeah,
onion
right.
of some sort.
He knows a
Well,
bloomin'
look-
onion when he sees one.
As much as I'm against the meat industry,
Mhm.
I'm not against buying a hog's breath.
We could have a
That would
section.
be
We
fun.
could have like a Belle section, and it's got all the veggie stuff.
Yes, just chips and onions, onion
Wow.
rings and chips. That's
Onion rings.
Nice, guys. Well, good chat about cafes and hog's breath and that sort of stuff.
and Warrigal Road.
We should open the phone lines and do this on the radio show, and people call and go, "Give me the hog."
Oh, we
And
like
we
crowd,
yeah.
crowdsource like money,
Yeah.
and we can all.
I
own a
reckon
hog's breath.
if we started a GoFundMe and like we raised enough money, imagine if we did that for years and eventually we had enough to buy a franchise.
they'd be well and truly dead by then.
No,
So
I reckon,
sad.
I reckon if we fully committed to it, we'd be
Is
able
it
to do
Australian? Sorry, just quickly,
I'm pretty
Liam.
sure, yeah.
Could you
Yeah.
see? Is it? Is it?
Yeah,
I
hog's
feel like it
breath.
would be American.
Oh.
It
Well,
seems
I
like
don't
it's
know.
based on an American
I'd love
diner.
if it's Australian. I'd love to speak to the person that started it and speak to the owner
yeah,
and like just
I'd be
see.
keen. I'd be keen.
Yeah.
We'll get Andy onto it.
Good
All
stuff.
right.
All right, good
Bye.
stuff.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.